In 1982, during a visit with my grandmother, I had a premonition that her home would someday disappear. Therefore, I captured the following images to preserve the memories that I have had all of my life. I have a memory from during the time we lived in Randall, Washington. It was quite late on a hot summer night when we arrived at Grandma's house. First, we knocked at the front door, but no one answered. It was very late and very dark. We went around to the side of the house, and Dad lifted me up to the window of my grandparents' bedroom, open to let any cool breeze in. And he told me to call out to them to let us in. I thought the whole thing was totally hilarious. Grandma and Granddad were sleeping. Grandma told me that during the Depression, out of work men, I think she called them hobos, would occasionally knock at this back door and ask if they might have a bite to eat. Grandma would have them go out to chop wood or do some other task around the farm while she would cook dinner. Then she would give them a plate of food to help them along their way. Granddad would feed the barn cats leftover breakfast oatmeal on this porch. I can barely remember my dad helping Papa build this brick oven. I only recall a couple of cookouts. We would sit on heavy steel chairs, swatting mosquitoes on the hot evenings. In the distance, you can partially see the underground cellar and the chicken barn. And I love this little arrangement with the geraniums that Grandma put in the old milk churning pail. I was simply fascinated with this underground cellar. This is actually the back side of the cellar. On very rare occasions, I got to go inside. It was always nice and cool with a pleasant, dusty scent. Once, I remember getting scolded when I was having a blast running around on the roof. Behind, you can see the tractor. The chicken barn is off to the right, and a corner of the farm garage is on the left. When I was in my early teens, my grandparents gave me permission to go inside this building, the old chicken barn. I remember being a little apprehensive before I opened the door, but there was a very large interior, high ceiling with a soft dirt floor underfoot. I don't think there was a floor. I think it was just dirt. The only things I found inside were a very tall ladder and a fake egg. I remember taking the egg to show Granddad and asked him about it, and he said yes, occasionally they would put those in the nest to encourage the chickens to lay more eggs, I guess. One day the cousins came over and we decided to clean it up with rakes and brooms. Then we decided to make it our clubhouse. I even made a flag. We called it the Charity Club. We had exactly one meeting. There were only a couple of times I was able to enter this building. It was a fresh from the farm roadside stand. I would have loved to root around in there because I saw lots of old mysterious items. I do remember a very large scale. I wish I knew what it had been used for. Something quite heavy because it barely registered when I placed my weight on it. Unfortunately, I don't recognize this building, even though I took a picture of it way back when. So I'm not sure what this building was used for. I wonder if it could be the backside of the farm garage. Does anyone in the family have an idea what this could be? Well, of course, there are many, many more pictures that I could have taken. I could have taken pictures of the interiors of the buildings. I do remember taking long walks on the land out behind all of the buildings and outbuildings. It was mostly desert, but I do remember coming across some sort of metal, rusty things and some metal warning signs or danger signs or something. But oh well, I'm sure all of that is long gone by now.